Okay, welcome everybody. We are going to start. People can straddle in, but thank you for scooting up a little closer. That way there's room in the back there. I'm Maria. This is Core Fusion. And as always, we are going to work in a controlled manner, regardless of the speed. We're going to engage the core. We're going to strengthen and stretch all the different joints that attach to the core. Even this is a joint here. Sometimes we bend from our back. Sometimes we bend from the hip. We want to be conscious of all that. But let's go ahead and get our feet under our hips. And remember that little knee fold that goes in, we want to avoid that. We want to push those muscles, use those muscles to push those legs out. Feel the weight even in the feet. Even though we're not barefooted in here, we feel some even weight there. We feel our feet, our toes spread out in our shoes. Drop the arms here. And let's just roll the shoulders. Just loosen up. Hi, Julie. Roll. 2 more. Standing tall. Now let's tilt the ear. Tilt, center. Tilt, center. I got some Steely Dan today. I just thought it was that in-between kind of music. 2 more. Now let's rotate the head. Rotate, center, rotate, center. Good. Your navel's pulled in. Your shoulder blades are down. 3, 2, and 1. All right, let's start lifting the leg without any tempo, just a slow lift, feeling how your weight is distributed in those feet as you lift. Big arms. 3 more. Nice and tall. And pause. Widen those feet now. Arms out. We're going to go down and up. Down. Let your tailbone go back. Weight on the heels. Instead of just folding the knees forward, tailbone back. Now let's angle this. Down, angle. Good. Let your palms come in towards each other. 2 more. Now you're going to keep this going, but I'm going to clasp my hands, push it out. In, push those hands out. In, out. Now watch me. In, hold, 2, stepping back. In, hold, step back, open up that hip. In, step back a little farther and angle. In, use your balance here. 4 more. Notice how my feet are a little more narrow. Good. No, way to try, Carol. That's what I want. Catch yourself in balance. In, reach. 1 more, down, reach, 2, 3, and release. Okay, move that around. And while we're doing these heel things, let's pause in place and pedal. Pedal. I'm just turning to the side so you and the camera can see. Lifting the heels. Think of lifting up instead of pushing down to the ground. Pedal, pedal, pedal. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Pause. Both feet are down. Now use your arms to help. You're going to lift the toes and then come up on the heels. Just little rolls. You come up on the balls of the feet. You come back on the heels. Notice how hard coming up on those heels is. You feel unsteady. Hold those toes up. Do as I say, don't do as I do, because sometimes I have trouble with this. Up. 1 more. Up. See how I want to tilt back? And down. Move that around. All right, now we're going to continue to warm, get the blood going through the body, but we're going to do some isolated balancing as we warm up the hip and the glute, really engaging the core. So let's stand on this left leg, put your weight even, soft knee, but long hip. Now we've done this sequence before. It's been a little while, but you're going to flex the foot in front and then tap the toe back. So you're still flexing the foot front, flex the toe back. Every time you come forward, you lengthen the back of your rear end. Every time you go back, you open up and lengthen the hip. Now bend this other leg a little bit more. Back, in, back, in. Now pause right here. Now you're going to decide, can you do this without tapping the foot? Maybe, maybe not. So I'm going to lift the heel and then lift the heel back without tilting the body. You are tall. You are a tree. The trunk of the tree is steady. The branches can move. Good. Look at something in front of you. Feel the weight on that left leg. 2 more. 2. Open up. And down. Good work. Move that around. All right, now you're on your right leg. It's my left leg. Remember, I don't do so well on this side, so I'll do what I can. So flex the foot, get this going. Bending a little bit on that right side, so get a little lower, back. And notice my body's not tilting with this. Everything's coming here from the hip. 2 more. 2. 1. Pause back. Now, hip is open, and now let's close it by swinging, but control. Tap down as you need to. Look straight ahead. Shoulders are down, navels are in. Keep that foot flexed, toes up, heels back. 3 more. Do what you can. 2, arms can help. And bring that down. Woohoo, I didn't fall. Usually fall up. Yep, I'm not as steady as Lisa on my feet, so. Okay, now we're gonna really stretch the back of that hamstring and that hip while loading this left leg. So I want you to take your right leg forward, just like we were. See that your toes are angled with the lines on the floor. So everything's going forward. Sit back into an imaginary chair. Use your hands here on your leg and act like I'm pulling out your hip, your bone, the bone in your thigh there, reaching up as you bend a little bit, bending from the hip, ears, shoulders, hips in line. So flex the foot now, go a little bit lower by reaching with your tailbone, not by just dropping your head. Hold here. Now drop the toe, sink back a little further, go backwards. Yes, holding. Feel this left leg working. Hands on the thigh. 3, 2, 1, and roll this up through the spine and come to standing and roll the shoulders back a little bit. You want to turn the fans higher? Go right ahead. All right, legs line up again. Let's flex that left foot. Weight is on this back leg. This one just kind of soft. Now tailbone goes back, hands come to the thighs. Get your balance here. Flex the foot a little bit more. Bend a little farther from the hip right here. Your body's at a diagonal. Hold. And now drop that toe. Sink your weight back a little bit more. Feel this bottom leg lengthening a little bit more. Navel's pulled in. And now let's roll it up. And come to standing and roll that back. Okay, we're going to do a squat and a side lift series. Feet under the hips, knees apart. Drop those arms down so you feel those shoulder blades go down your back. As our booty goes back, our knees are going to bend, but you're not hinging from the knee there. It's just going to bend because your rear end is reaching back. You're reaching out and pull it back in. So sit back. When you come up, the weight is centered. As you go back, the weight is a little more on the heels. Good. Pressing through the foot. Excellent. Now you decide if you can go a little further. You can make this as hard or as easy as you want. Up and down. 2 more. We're going to hold this last one, making sure the knees are apart. Hold it, looking out in front. Hold those shoulder blades down. 4, 3, a little farther. 2, 1, and push it up. And shake it out. Don't wait for me to get water. Get some anytime you need. Right, feet under the hips again. Let's stay tall, and we're going to do some side lifts. Now, as our foot comes up to the side, it's flexed, it's parallel to the ground. We're not raising the toe up to the ceiling, okay? So find your neutral position here. Arms come up to help with stability and down. Lift, switching sides. So again, the tree branches are swaying, trunk is steady. We're a strong, tall tree. Check the feet. You can't lift that high because your toes staying down. Side of the ankle is lifting. 4 more. Two more. Lift and down and move that around. Now we're going to put those 2 motions together. We're going to sit back, squat, come up with the side leg lift. So you'll see how it flows. If it's not comfortable doing both, choose which one you'd rather do. All right, so now we're going to pull in as we sit. As we go up, we're going to lift, sit, and lift. Flex that foot, side of the ankle leads. Excellent. Up. Lift. Good balance. Watch those arms. Let them help, not hinder. Lift. 7 more. Really sit and push. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. And come up. Okay, move that around. I am going to get some water. Okay, now we're going to do a lunge sequence. I'll turn to the side. You can turn to the side if you want. In fact, it'd probably be better if you do. You'll be able to follow along a little bit better. So let's take our right foot forward, our left foot back, and far enough back that you feel the weight on the ball of the foot. Right now, we're not pushing the heel all the way down on the ground, okay? So front knee over the ankle, back weight on the ball of the foot. Arms are going to come up here. Now, this is your starting and ending position. So as we pull the knee up and we step back, I want you to go back as far as you are now. So pull up and reach back and pause. Okay, notice I'm going to tip over, lift and reach. Lift, kind of pausing at the top. Nobody's watching you. Look straight ahead. Do what you can. Lift. 1 more like this. Lift and pause. So I'm back to that starting position. Ball of the foot behind me. Now, palms are going to face down and lift them up a little higher. This back leg is going to go down to the ground and up. And it may not go all the way. It may just go part of the way. But you're staying upright instead of leaning forward. So go down and up instead of forward and backwards. Good. Down and up. Excellent. 2 more. 2. 1 more. And hold it here. We're almost done. We're going to put those 2 together. As the knee comes up, your arms pull in. As the knee goes down to the ground, your arms pull out. So let's go. Let's take it up. Step back. Pull down. And up. Navel in. In. And out. down, and up. 2 more. In, step back, down. 1 more. In, out, down, and up. Pause here and bring this back leg in an inch or 2 so you can push the heel down now. Okay? Now your arms are out in front. You feel the weight even in your feet. Pull the navel in to stretch this part a little bit more. And now open up your left arm so you look towards the left, rotating the body. Head, chest, everything rotates out. So open that arm, reaching, holding here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Close the arms in and pull that in. Good work. Move that around. And let's stay facing the same direction because this time when we open up, you guys will actually be facing me. All right, let's step forward with our left leg, back leg on the ball of the foot, not on the heel. Get your balance. And let's once again start here. Pulling up and stepping back. Pausing, step back. Lift, step back. Good. Excellent. Back. 2 more. 1 more. And pause. Get your bearings here. Palms are down now. Let's take that back knee down wherever you can, either part of the way or all the way, tapping it to the ground, coming up gently. Good. Down and up. Body is straight. Down, up. 2 more. Down. 1 more. And pause. Let's put these 2 together. First, check your shoulder blades stay down even though your arms are up. Navel's in. Let's pull it up. Step back, down, and up. Lift, press back, down, and up. 2 more. You've got this. Back, down. 1 more. Lift, down, floor, and pause here. Arms come in front. Walk the foot in just a little bit and push the heel down, feeling a good stretch in your calf. Now take a breath in and open up this right arm, rotating the body. Holding. And close that arm up and drop them and step in. Good work. Just move that around. In fact, I'd like you to put your hands right here above your hips here. Feet are just under your hips there. And we're just gonna push our right hip just out. Just bend the knees a little bit, push it out. And then shift to the other side. Just bend the knees, push that hip out. Good stretch here. And bring it to center. Okay, we will do a few push-ups. So decide if you want to use the wall for push-ups or if you're okay coming down. We are not doing a whole lot of them. We're going to do 10 good push-ups. Okay. But regardless of whether you're on the wall, on the floor, on your knees, or on your toes, same good positioning. Hands are straight out from you. Try, even though you're pushing here, try to keep your collarbone wide, navel pulled in, and definitely your head in line with your back. Okay, so you decide which way you're going here. Shoulder blades push down. I want you to give me 10 with good breathing here. So inhale down, exhale up. 2, press. 3, keep those heads in line with the back. 4, inhale, exhale, halfway there. 4 more. You got this. 3, 2, 1 more, and up. And just stretch back. If you're on the wall, just let your arms rest on the wall and just let your hips go back. Just bend back. Pausing here. Okay, now the next segment we're going to do requires us to be on all fours. If that's not comfortable for you, you can still simulate what we're doing with our legs by using the wall. Okay, you decide. This is not push-ups. This is an all four kind of strength stability sequence. And I'm going to give you some options. So first, I just want you to, kind of like we did our feet, I want you to kind of move your weight around on your hands and see that the weight is even and not just at the base of the palm. Okay, fingers are open, knees are on the ground under your hips, and you feel the weight evenly distributed between your hands and your legs. Now from here, you're going to take your right leg and just kick it out, point the toe, and then just bring it back in and switch sides. So point the toe and bring it in. As you move here, your core, your trunk is staying steady. So lift and in. Lift and in. 3 more like this. 3 and in. Keep the head in line with the back, looking out in a slight diagonal. 2 more, or just 1 more, sorry. And in. And just come up. I do like to just stretch, give the hands a little love in between. Roll the hands one way, roll it the other. So you have option number 1 on this leg extension alternating sequence. I'm going to give you option 2, which is a little harder. You're going to flex the toes underneath you, and your tabletop position is going to be a quadruped. Your knees hover off the ground, and you have to come back to this position every time. So you're going to kick out, bring it back in without tilting the body. Kick out, bring it back in. Navel pulls in. Excellent, everybody. Yes, but keep those knees under your hips. This is not a plank here. This is a tabletop. There we go. 4 more. 4. Shoulder blades stay away from the ears. 3, 2, 1 more. In, drop the knees, and let's go into a child's pose. All right, good work. Let's go ahead and take it all the way down to the mat. I want you to widen your feet out towards the angles of the mat there. That way you won't squeeze your glutes as much when we do some back work here. Our arms are going to be either in a wide position, or if you need them to be closer to the body, just bring them on in. You're going to decide. Toes stay down on the ground. You're going to take a breath in, and you're going to exhale, lift that letter Y, and bring it back down. Lift up, and feel that the legs aren't quite as engaging as much as they would be if they were close together. Lift and down. If you're able not to drop the hands to the ground, keep them hovered the whole time a little bit. So lift and down. 2 more. Lift. 1 more time. Lift and release. Put the hands under the forehead. Just relax for a moment and feel your belly and your chest and your ribs expanding on the mat as you take a couple breaths. All right, keep the feet wide like we have them. And let's go ahead and give me goalpost arms. So 90-degree arms. As you lift these goalposts, keep them in the same shape. Don't pull them back here towards your body. You're going to hover your head off the ground And you're going to go ahead and go into one of those little back extensions like we did before. Just pause right here. And now lift the arms, goalpost, and down without lowering the body. Lift, shoulder blades squeezing together. If keeping this lift gets too difficult, drop your upper body back down on the mat and keep the arms going. 4, hands wide, hands engaged. 3, 2, and 1. And once again, hands under the forehead. Just breathe here. Great. Narrow your feet together. Back to just a neutral, long leg. And let's take the arms above us. And again, if this ends up being too much pressure on the back, you can shorten the arms in or you can take them all the way. But we're going to swim a little bit because it's so hot outside, we need to swim. So inhale here, and you're going to lift the toes and the hands, hover them off the ground, hold the navel in, and start fluttering. Little flutter. Kick, hands and feet. Push, push, push. Keeping yourself lifted. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release that down. Excellent. All right, let's roll over onto our backs. Get some water if you need it. And get yourself centered on the mat. If you ever feel like your back is bunched up, just kind of walk it apart. Get really comfortable there. And then let's get into that same neutral position that we are in when we're standing. Ears, shoulders, hips in alignment, slight natural curve in the back with the navel pulled in to keep that positioning. All right, let's do our inner leg lift. I love this exercise because it really makes you work a little bit of everything. So let's take the right leg all the way down. And notice, as soon as you took the right leg down, your weight shifted to the right. I want you to use the navel and the obliques to pull yourself back to center. Hips stay facing the ceiling. Arms to the side. Hover the leg here. And now flex the foot. And once again, as you turn your toes out to the right, don't let your weight shift to the right. Pull that left hip down into the mat. Go halfway up to the knee and down. As you do this, navel's pulled in, collarbone stays wide, and your jaw stays soft. And now pause with the leg up in the air here. Let's lift those arms up, but then pull the shoulder blades into the mat. And as the arms move, keep the shoulder blades down. We're going to go ahead and let the thumbs come back behind us as the heel goes down, and then pull up. See how far you can go with the thumbs without letting the shoulder blades lift off the mat and without letting your back arch to get there. Slowly up and down. Inhaling as you reach. Exhaling as you pull up. Down. 2 more. I'm starting to really tilt to the right, pull that left side down. And up, hold it here. Drop the arms. Little pulses with that right leg. Lift, lift, up, 2, 3, and 4. And drop that down. Move that around. If you want to bend the legs in, go ahead. Whatever feels good in between. All right, let's plant that right leg on the floor. Get the tension out of the shoulders on the mat. Hover the right leg up, palms down again. push your weight back into the right side now so you stay even. Flex the toes and turn the toes to the left. And let's start lifting up and down. Again, lift. And try to reach out through the heel so you lengthen that leg. Now hold it up here. Once again, arms come up, shoulder blades down. As the leg goes down, let's open out into a T. Up, inhale, pull the navel in. Yes. One more body check. Chin is tilted forward. Get the tension out of the neck and the head there. Out. One more. Pause here, drop the arms, little pulses, pulse, pulse. Four more, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Good work, move that around. Now let's walk the feet in, put the sides of the feet together, close to the hips, and see if you can just go out into a butterfly here. As you do this, notice how my back wants to arch way off the mat. I'm going to pull that navel in, keep that down a little bit. As the legs go out, you can even push a little bit with the hands. Just get a little extra stretch here. We're going to do a little more stretching than usual today, which I'm always remiss I don't get done. Close that up now. Now let's take the left leg, place it on the right, but not right on the ankle bone. Just go a little farther. You see that your feet is just even on the ground. We're going to go ahead and put your hands next to your ears. So left leg is up, right leg is down, and now release. No, don't release yet. We're not to that point here. Take a breath in, curl up by pulling the navel in, look through the hole of your legs there, and take it back down. Lift up, feeling your back. Go down towards the mat, and then as it raises back up, your navel still engaged. Pull. Now, this is option 1. Option 2 is letting the legs come up, tapping the heel very gently on the way down. Lift up and down. Navel pulls in. That's what's generating the motion. 2 more. Light touch on the head. And let that foot down. Pause right here. Now take your left arm out. Palm is up, just in a T position, out to the side. Keep your right elbow back. Take right shoulder towards the left knee. Lift and down. Hands are just touching the head ever so gently. Angling the shoulder, not the elbow. 2 more. Up and release. And take both legs down. Separate them a little bit. Just wiggle them, wiggle the arms. And give me windshield wiper feet. In and out. Getting as much movement as you can. Feel that thigh rotating. All right, now let's go back to feet on the ground. And this time let's take our right leg, cross it over the left, moving away from that ankle joint, just go a little further. And again, like we did in the last exercise, our hips have tilted a little bit. So let's pull them back to the center. Hands gently on the head. Take a breath in. Navel pulls in. That generates a lift. And down. Ribs coming towards the pelvic area there. And down. Down. Add your leg lift if you want a little more work. Lift. Gently tap the heel without breaking that tension. Head is long, just resting in the hands. Last two. One more. Pause right here. Release the right hand, palm up into a T. Elbow stays back. Take a breath in. Shoulder towards the opposite knee. Gently supporting the head. Keep that elbow back. Let your breathing help. 3 more. 2. 1 more. And release. And this time, let's hug the legs into the body. Hold under your thighs. Pull those hips up a little bit. And bring the knees as close to you as you can. And then settle your back in the ground. Slightly nod the chin. Separate the feet a bit. And roll the feet slowly, making slow, deliberate circles. Other direction. All right, now from here, let's go ahead and drop the feet again. Just hip width apart. And keeping the feet there, we're going to let the knees drop to one side, letting the feet lift off a bit. The sides of the feet are down. And you're going to open up the arms in a T position. Try to keep both shoulders on the ground. The legs are hanging towards the right. The right leg is on the ground. The left leg is just hovering. As you inhale, feel the side ribs and the waist fill with air. And as you exhale, pull the navel towards the left, turn your head towards the left, and just pause right here. With each breath, expand the middle body there. And as you exhale, pull the navel a little further to the left without letting the legs come with it. Inhale back to center. Bring the legs back to the middle. And once again, just hug them into the body. And this time with the legs here close to you, point the toes and feel the tops of the ankles and the feet stretching. Now flex the feet. And even if you have to open up the knees a little bit to get the toes, pull back on the toes with bent legs and stretch the back side of the heel, your Achilles tendon, the little muscles up your lower part of your calf. And release. Once again, just wiggle the feet around and then drop the feet again to the ground. Get yourself centered, arms go out into a T position, and let the legs drop to the left side. And let your head look towards the right. Take a breath in, filling your ribs and your waist with the breath. Exhale, pulling the navel a little more towards the right as the knees go a little farther to the left. And hold this here, following that sequential breath pattern a couple times on your own. Inhale yourself back to center with the legs and the head. And last time, hug the legs in. Let's widen the knees as the feet stay together. And once again, do a little butterfly stretch. The elbows press open on the legs. The hands pull the heels towards you. And you slightly nod your chin forward. And pause here. All right, let's close the knees up. Grab the right leg underneath and let the left leg settle on the ground. Pull the knee in a little bit further. Flex the foot on the ground and push the heel a little bit farther away. And get as much opening and length there as you can in that long leg on the floor. Now, I'd like you to just relax that bottom leg, flex the top leg, and as you start extending it up towards the ceiling, hold on the thigh. And if you need to let the bottom leg bend up a little bit in order to straighten the back of that leg, please do so. Flex the foot, push up to the ceiling with that heel, and straighten the back of that knee, even if that means lowering the leg a little bit, not pulling right on the knee joint. Point the toe, go ahead and pull a little farther back. And release that down. Come back to center, drop the right leg. Lift the left leg up towards you and just pause here for a moment. Now flex the bottom leg, push out through the heel, it's still on the ground. Pull the knee in towards you and really lengthen out that right leg. Soften that foot at the bottom, flex the top leg and start pushing up. Getting a straight knee, holding on and bending the other leg if you need to a little bit to give a little release. Breathe up, out through that heel. And now point the toe, maybe pull the leg a little bit more towards you. And let that leg fold in. Bring both legs to the floor, drop them to the side towards me, and slowly push yourself up to a seated position. If you're comfortable cross-legged, that's fine. If you'd rather sit with your legs out, that's fine as well. Dropping the shoulders here. Let's go ahead and tilt the head to the right, like we did at the beginning, but just holding it there. Without letting the center of your body collapse at all. Stay tall and push the left arm away from the body, pausing right here, feeling the space between the left ear and the left shoulder lengthen and widen. Bring it back to center, roll that left shoulder back, drop that down, and take your ear to the left. Pushing away with that right arm as you breathe. Grow tall, and as you exhale, push that hand, that shoulder away a little more on the right side. And bring it back to center. Roll that shoulder back. Now let's bring the hands to the shoulders, but lift the elbows up. Open those elbows back, feeling the shoulder blades coming together. So lift up a little bit, push back. And now let's reverse that without hunching the back. Just let the elbows come towards each other. If they can't touch, that's okay. If they can't, squeeze in a little bit, soften the hands on your shoulders there. And then keeping these elbows together, bring the hands up and put the palms together. Lift up, keeping that space closed. And then letting the arms drop here. Let's open the elbows in just a little prayer position. Open the hands and push on each opposite finger. And lift the palms up as you push into those fingers. Let's sit tall, drop the shoulder blades down. Good deep rest here. And release. Wiggle those fingers. And again, the fingers are not connected to the core, but our fingers need some love. So drop those shoulders down. Inhale, the head nice and tall. And exhale, rotating pausing here, looking to your right. Do a couple breaths of inhaling tall, exhaling the chin a little further towards the right. Feeling those neck muscles and upper back muscles, just stretching. Next time you inhale, bring it back to center and then take it over to the other side. Shoulder blades down. Each breath, spine grows taller. Exhale, chin turns a little bit farther. Inhale back to center. Let's take a final breath in and exhale. Okay, good work, everybody.